This is part two from my clan mother, Karen Ann McDonald. I figure you know how this works. Okay. When you put that video up of Florida Monkey, okay, I can read that terrain. Okay. I've mentioned this to you many, many times. I know the difference between what I am as the one and what it is, it isn't. Okay. That's why I don't give it any energy. Okay. Patty was always right about that. And so the reason that when I watched some of it and then I showed how he was developing, showing the hole in that, right? So I'm using my energy, okay, through that asset, through this artificial intelligence deadlight system, okay? And so when I realized what he was showing and what the title was, going after the clear buzz, go back, he shows a map of MacArthur and all this, right? So you realize, I realize why this is being done and why my energy was essentially experiencing what his energy was doing. Okay. So when I saw you put that up and then I went to go look at it, what I have to do is critique it. That's what I do. So what happens is when I become aware that this is an AI asset that's showing you that, in order for you to experience that, in order to trigger it and tie it directly to who they are versus who we are, what is the purpose of that? And when I realized this was an AI asset that was providing that information, because I was already able to experience why that information was going up there and being shown, I sneezed, girl. Okay? And I know you know what that means when that happens. This is why a lot of times, and this is just because I love you so much for everything that you do, okay, there are a lot of things that you put up over the years, okay, and I'm just going, what are you doing? Okay? It's like it's not a critique of you in any way because I love you so much, and it's not like how do I put this? It's like what you become aware of, when you become aware of it, why you become aware of it, when you become aware of it, and where you're getting that communication from, and why you're experiencing what that communication represents to you, why you're experiencing it as you experience it, to know what you know when you know it. And then knowing the difference between what you know is true by the method through which you're experiencing what is true, which is called mapping and reading the terrain of the operating system through which it's communicating to us who they are versus who I am, which is the one. Okay. I'm with the Allied forces right above us. Okay. And so this is one of the reasons why what I do, because Yellow Rose is an old soul. So what I'll do is I'll measure, okay, if you will, what she knows. What is she experiencing? So she's communicating what she's aware of in energy, what she's communicating to us, what she's experiencing at the moment that she is sharing it with us. So then what I do is, does it resonate with me? Do I know these things? Do I already know these things to be true? Right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be experiencing them. Otherwise, it's just a waste of energy. And the one thing I do not do is I do not waste energy. Okay? Because we're energy givers. It began with us. Okay? We're the real creation energy. So I know when I'm hooked up with a goddess, which is why I'm here, I know what the truth is. That's sort of like saying that a goddess, a real goddess, is going to retreat. I mean, come on. Okay? Fuck. Please. Okay? I've known this for a long time, and I'll just say they have no idea what's been amassed in terms of energy that can be brought to bear. So you got to know who you're with. You know, remember the old saying, the one you're with, the one you're with. When you're with the one, you know what you are and what you're not. So if you fear the one, then you're not the one. They're in fear of the one. So when you have the guy who comes on with New Zealand talk about going after Plymouth, do you fear that? Okay? Do you fear a goddess? Do you fear the goddess that gave you equipment? Put your tail between your legs and you're going to run and go hide. Is that it? Now you're in fear of what fear is. Remember Roosevelt? The only thing to fear is fear itself. Who was it? Hermann Goering said it best, probably, at the Nuremberg trials. We traumatize the crap out of these children so they experience all the resistance held in their cellular memories. And all you got to do is keep hammering it with reasons to fear, and guess what happens? We still got control of them. Maintain that lower vibration. That means they don't got a lot of fire, do they? Which means their light is not powered up. Because that's what the law is. Okay? So if you're in fear of the law. That means you're running from the law of one. You got to know what side you're on. On the law. I am what love is. That's what the law is. So you got to decide whether you're the law of one and with the one, with the allied forces of mankind, which is Gaia and Eve and Adam. Okay? That's the truth of it. I don't know of a 4-year-old child that could tell you any different, no matter how old you are, in knowing what the truth is on being the one. Being what love is. Being what love is. Becoming what love is. Be what love is. Communicate what love is. Love is the absence of a fear vibration. That's their method of communication. Fear the corporation. Fear the salesman. Fear the advertiser. Yes, you see, without us, they don't exist. And they know that. That's why they destroy themselves through us. So we're not going to join them. Okay? So you got to know the difference between compression and expansion and how much fire that can be brought to bear in order to enforce the law. Otherwise, you lose what it is you're aware of, which is what love is, because you're not the one. And I am what the law is, which is what one is. That's a monopole. So anyway, I love you all, okay? I'm glad you're all here, fully awake, and understand and can feel in your heart and your soul what the truth is. Love is the truth, because love is what's real. We're the real power plants in the cosmos.